Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for today's Pilates flow. We are going to be doing a 15-minute Pilates core, and this one's going to be more intermediate to advanced level. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my palms in my lap, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths, closing our eyes. So take a deep breath in through the nose, and let it out through the mouth. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. And one more deep breath in through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Good. You can float open those eyes. And I'd like you to start in a downward dog position. And just pedal those heels out, stretch out those calves, those hamstrings. You can push it back to stretch out those shoulders. I'm just feeling a little tight today, so I just want to get the whole body warmed up. Pedal it out. You can sway those hips side to side. And then lower it down into a child's pose. Reach those arms out in front of you. Knees are mat's distance apart. And just give me a good stretch forward. Again, you can rock side to side here to stretch out those hips. Good. When you feel ready, I'd like you to come into a seated position and slowly roll it down, lower back, middle back, upper back. And place those hands to your sides, legs straight up in the air, and I'd like those heels to be touching and the toes apart in a Pilates stance. And we're just going to do leg lifts to about a 45-degree angle and then bring those legs back up. So lower and then lift. Lower and lift. Make sure that back is pressed flat into the ground, that lower spine is imprinted, and there's not much of a gap between your lower back and the mat. Give me 7 more. 6, 5. Really press those hands into the mat as well. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep it there. Heels together, toes apart, same position, and we're going to do circles going towards the right side. So these are very slow and controlled circle. Imagine the circle about the size of a tire. You're just moving the abdominals. They're plugged in. We're really lengthening through those legs. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold it right there and reverse those circles on that left side. For 10, 9, 8, 7. This is really slow and controlled. We're just moving through that core and keeping those legs nice and straight. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Finish all the way through. Take a deep breath in. Hug those knees into your stomach. Roll on that spine. Good. Now I'd like you to bring those feet out and legs out into a butterfly position or a diamond shape. So both your toes and your heels are touching. And I'd like you to bring your hands behind your head. And for this, we're just going to lift up out of the head, neck, and shoulders. And then at the same time, we're also going to lift those legs slightly up in the air like that and lower. It feels a little silly, but trust me, it burns. So give me 9 more right there. For 8, 7, 6. Try to press that back flat against the floor as much as you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Give me a deep breath in and release. So I'd like you to slowly roll it up. We're going to come into a seated position again. Your feet are going to be a good distance from your hips. We're going to lean it back onto our arms. Actually, I'm going to come back to the side so you can see. We're going to point those toes, and you're going to touch the toes to the left side of the mat and then the right side of the mat. So just alternating toe touches to each side of the mat, but squeeze those legs and those knees together and really engage in that core. Give me 7 more each side. 6, 5, 4, 3. Make sure you're squeezing those knees together. And last one. Good. Sit up, shake it out. And we're going to come back into that same position. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to extend those legs out. So we're going to start on our left side, toes touching the left side of the mat, but we're going to straighten them out and crunch it in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Again here, legs are squeezed together. Everything is lengthening and we're engaging that core for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now we're going to move right onto that right side. So start with those toes touching the right side of the mat. Extend out and crunch it in for 10, 9. I'd like you to exhale as you extend and inhale when you bring them in for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So next I'd like you to come into a plank position. So hands are underneath your shoulders, legs are straight out in the back. And we're just going to start with this left leg and we're going to do nice, slow and controlled mountain climbers. So bring that left leg to touch the left elbow, bring it back down. Right leg to touch the right elbow, bring it back down. So give me 9 more right here. 8, if you can't touch your knee to your elbow, just imagine that you're touching it. Because when you think about it and really connect the mind to the body, that's what creates that strength and stability all throughout your body. Make sure there's a slight bend in those elbows as well. You're not locking out the arms. For 5, 4, 3, make sure you're breathing. Last 2 each side. And last 1. And slowly lower it down. And sit it back on those knees. Give me a good deep breath. That one was a little challenging. Sway side to side. And I'd like you to come back up into that same plank position and just give me slow rock forward and backward for 10, 9, 8. Core is nice and plugged in. Glutes are squeezed together. We've got a slight bend in those arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Open those knees out to the side. Just give me a quick break right here. Deep breath in and out. Slowly come up. We're going to come back into a seated position and roll it down on our back. Lower back, middle back, upper back. And from here, adjust yourself if you need to. And I'd like you to bring your hands behind your head and bring that right leg straight up in the air and rotate it so the heel is facing into your body. And you're just going to give me 10 circles right here and lifting up out of that head, neck, and shoulders for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Make sure you're pointing both that right leg and that left leg. We're lengthening through both legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse those circles for 10, 9, 8. And if it's too much to reach up out of that head, neck, and shoulders, you can absolutely rest that head down on the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right knee into the chest. Give it a little tug, pull it in. I'd like you to bring your hands behind your head again. And you're going to bring that right knee to the left elbow, lifting up and straighten it out for 10, 9, 8. And again here, if you can't quite reach that elbow to the knee, just imagine it as much as you can. And I promise you're going to feel it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Lastly, we're going to straighten it again. And you're going to reach that left arm to those right toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Now onto that left side. So bring that left leg up into the air, hands behind our head, lift up. Give me that external rotation with the heel facing the body. Reach through both those legs and give me 10 circles in one direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse those circles for 10, 9. Lift up an inch higher out of that head, neck, and shoulders for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug that knee into the chest. Give it a little tug. Make sure you're breathing. And next, we're going to bring that left knee into the right arm. So bend it and straighten it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it straight out. Bring it up to the sky and right arm to that left leg. Reach for 10, 9, 8, 7. Make sure you're lengthening through both that left leg and that right for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower everything down. Reach those arms above the head. Give everything a good shake. Bring those knees into the chest. Hug it out. Roll side to side. Bring those knees to the left side and look over that right shoulder. And switching sides. Knees over that right side. Look over that left shoulder. Give me a deep breath. And when you feel ready, you can come into a seated position. And we're all finished for today. I hope you enjoyed that little fire 15-minute core workout as much as I did, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.